Hey guys, did you miss me? Well, I'm back with your hookup to news and humor from around the spiral, and after 2 weeks of absence, I've got a lot to cover. While Wizard Weekly HQ was down, KingsIsle released the world of Zafaria as an expansion to the Wizard101 world, and while many a wizard claimed that the zone was too easy, there's no denying that the graphics, music, and the immersion in the storyline makes this one of KingsIsle's best creations yet. If you haven't gotten your ostrich, crocagator, or hippogriff mount yet, they'll be waiting for you in the crown shop, along with the new pet skink and baby leopard. If you're short on crowns, you could ask for them for the holidays or get some for someone you love from the Wizard101 store, which now carries some fun Wizard101 memorabilia, including mugs and t-shirts. Also hiding in the stores is the Epic Bundle, which was thought to be retired. While the physical card is no longer available, you can get your Massive Fantasy Palace Griffin and gear all online now. While you're shopping, make sure to check out the Plantapalooza, where you can save up to 50% off plants new and old, including the Holidaisy, which is back for the holidays, and a brand new plant, the Ivy League, which is selling in the crown shop for 1,250 crowns normally. Nothing like a Holidaisy to get you back into the Yuletide spirit, though, and rumor has it that Felix Navidad will be heading back to the Spiral to take his place by the fountain in the shopping district soon enough, and he has hinted to a special event coming up. To celebrate the wonders of winter, Wizard101 Central has their own special events going on, some of which have already started. Every day during the month of December, you can participate in a daily raffle to win 5,000 crowns, and on December 25th and January 1st, there will be a raffle prize drawing for 25,000 crowns. Page Moon's Shade has also gotten a holiday cheer with a Decorate Your Yard contests, and even more contests involving decorating, captioning, drawing, and graphics-ing will be open to you in the weeks to come. The Cheer Up Pit Derby tournament opened up its sign-ups yesterday and was filled the same day. Starting today, the multi-level and transcendent PvP tournaments will be accepting sign-ups, so head on over to the PvP section if you haven't already to see if you can still snag a spot in the competition. Even the Wicca Masters are getting in on the holiday craziness and will be hosting their own hide-and-seek games starting later this season. There was some funky hoodoo grinching on Wizard101 earlier this week that made wizards crash every time they encountered a pop-up window. This included while they were attempting to friend people, teleport to people, or sell items in the bazaar. After some downtime and maintenance, the tech whizzes seem to have cleaned up this problem completely, and there doesn't appear to be any long-term effects on gameplay. Congratulations to the winners of the Design Your Own Gear contest! While their names were not announced, their designs are proudly displayed on the website, and we may soon see this gear in the Spiral. Personally, I can't wait to get my hands on one of these hot new outfits. The December Anything But a Dorm Room Dash entry period is ended, and today the viewing begins. This year's entries really set the bar for next year. Wait a second, what's this? A message in a bottle? Entry 1. Me and my buddy Frankie got shipwrecked. We awoke on an island. We can't see anything but ocean. I began writing this hoping someone will read it someday. We were able to save us few supplies, and the island looks to have some good sturdy trees to cut. Entry 2. We started a fire and we're still alive, but we're running out of supplies quickly. We already ate most of the food that was in the crate. I don't know how much longer we can last. Entry 3. We're almost out of food. Frankie noticed sea creatures had gotten close to the island. Perhaps we can catch some to eat. Entry 4. I couldn't save him. While Frankie was fishing, a giant crab snuck up on him and it got him pretty bad. I was able to injure the crab with my sword and it ran away, but not before taking Frankie's life. I couldn't throw him in the water. I wouldn't give the crab the satisfaction of finishing him off. Entry 5. I don't know how much longer I can last. I ran out of food and I have no one here to keep me company. I met a starfish though. I don't know why, but I didn't kill him right away. He is friendly. I guess I needed the company. I couldn't take being alone. I think he might know a way to land. He seems like he wants to help me. I will follow him wherever he leads me. I've got nothing left to lose. Well, you'll be glad to know that we did track down Daniel Battlefist and his little starfish friend, and they were rescued. His astonishing story turned his dorm room into a scene right out of a movie. He says that he had a ton of fun putting it together and hopes that it inspired other wizards to have fun with their own dorm rooms. His story and decorating skills got him into the easy mode December dorm room dash finals. I don't know about you guys, but I sunburn like nothing else, so it's off to the shady retreat of Angel's Conjured Garden, where we can relax in the shade and enjoy the small campfire and gentle glacial waterfall. Angel has put a great deal of time and thought into his house, basing the waterfall on a feature in another of his homes. He was going to create a treehouse, but the park theme really spoke to him and he decided to go with it. He faced a great many challenges in the process, but loved working on it and has made it a truly beautiful retreat. His dedication paid off, and he is this week's entry in the December Dorm Room Dash Hard Mode Finals. Wizard Weekly would like to thank all of its contestants for their entries. They were all fantastic looking, and choosing our semi-finalists was a really tough task. We hope to see all your entries in the regular Better Homes and Gardens thread, which will be opening up this evening. The Wizard101 Central thread will be updated with the link just as soon as it's created, so check back tonight to enter for the month of January and help us ring in the new year with your spectacular creations. So after we unburied Wizard Weekly headquarters from the, 3.5 weeks of mail we had to go through, we found a few questions that really piqued our interest, starting with one from Retrospace4 who wrote in asking, "Do you think KingsIsle will ever allow us to buy extremely rare music scrolls for a fair amount of crowns?" I'm not sure. Recently, KingsIsle has added some more rare things to the crown shop. The unicorn statue, for instance, was in there for a while, and it may still be now. I don't know. I don't shop it very often. But yeah, they've been adding, or at least cycling, rare items through the crown shop. If they do decide to sell the rare music scrolls in the crown shop, it won't be for a long time, because if they do go on sale, there won't be, they won't be rare anymore. People won't have any reason to stay in the game after they've completed Zafaria, or people won't have that reason to stay in the game after they've completed Zafaria and whatnot, and they won't need to grind for these scrolls when they can just buy them. Selling these scrolls would also devalue them to the scroll hunters, the people that went out after them and didn't stop until they got it, and it would be wicked harsh on them because, they went out there and ground whomever for 500,000 rounds back to back to back to get this scroll, and, a month later, all their friends could just buy it. Sure, they could brag about having gotten it before the shop, but that just comes across as meh. If KingsIsle does see a great deal of wizards farming for a particular scroll, it may surface in the shop so KI can make a fast buck, but I doubt they'd do that to the collectors at this point. Like I said though, I'm not sure. I do think, however, that KingsIsle would... I hope they would wait a while before they released it. 2008 Kate is stuck on the same quest I am because she asks, "Do you think the drop rate on Fire Lion Ravengers should be turned up?" Yes! Oh my word, I'm just so tired of farming those silly lions. I have to wonder though if KingsIsle isn't using the XP we're getting from killing ridiculous amounts of these guys for their goods is their way of filling the gap from a quest that used to be there, or to help us level faster so we'll be more fairly challenged in the next zone. When game developers put a roadblock in a game like that, it's usually to fill out our experience bar so we're not totally decimated further down the road because we didn't level adequately. So for now, well, we'll just have to keep skinning cats. In Ravenwood, there's a shield with the writing In Magis non fides. What do you think it means? Wonders Sophie with a smiley face. Aww. Nos fides loosely translates to have faith in Latin, so the shield in the Commons says something along the lines of In magic have faith, or if you want to look at it with a bit of a modern spin, In magic we trust. I actually went out and looked that up for myself one day, so I'm kind of glad to know I'm not the only one that's ever stopped to read it. Matthew Knightrider's faith in magic is a little shaky because he wrote in wondering, do you think that as the level cap increases, wizards will be less likely to complete the whole game? On the contrary, I think that brand new wizards, you know, the guys that still haven't quite gotten rid of the free-to-play smell, will be inspired to level through the entire game with more vigor than before. Unlike back in the day when you just had the preloader before you logged in, now we have the news right on the login screen. We can read it while the game is loading and they'll know that, hey, there's this awesome new world out there and they want to get there, so they'll work for it. Wizard101 is a unique game in that you can pick it up and put it down as you please. You're not trying to keep up with current content. You don't have 24 other people waiting on you to get the very best gear and study every fight meticulously so that you can beat your face against an encounter over and over again. I'm not mentioning any games here or anything. Warcraft. Warcraft. Sorry, something in my throat. In Wizard101 you can move at your own pace, and you don't need the very best gear to get through the encounter. You may want to tweak your deck a little before you go in and raffle stomp a boss, and you may want to check to see if they cheats, but other than that, you can just go in there and make them sorry they ever got out of bed. That's what appeals to wizards, new and old. They can play the game on their own time without having to jump through hoops to get the good stuff. A great follow-up question, and a nice one to end this week's Wizard Weekly on, is in from Bailey. What is the best advice you can give new wizards? My advice to you is to sit back, don't go until you hate the game, just relax and play at your own pace. When you push yourself to the point where the game feels more like a job, it loses a lot of its luster. You start hurrying past things that could be fun, or things that could be really neat, things that fill in the story that defines the world you're playing in, and that magical feel is gone the next thing you know. Move at your own pace. Sit back, take a look at something else that could be fun if you're frustrated with the main quest line. There's a lot of game out there. Enjoy it. That's all for this week's Wizard Weekly. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you again next week. Happy weekend, everybody! Hey guys, just a personal little note from me before we get on to the bloopers. I know you guys miss those things. I do too. But you may have noticed that this week's Wizard Weekly was a little less flashy, a little kind of plain, on the plain side, even though it was longer than the typical weekly as of late. For those of you who don't know, my hard drive completely died, and, yeah, I am creating Wizard Weekly on another computer. It's a little older, and, it's really chugging along. It's doing alright, but I don't have all the resources that, I need. They were backed up, but I can't seem to find them, and, yeah, it's gonna be like this until I can get my new hard drive in and install it and put all the programs on, so just bear with me for another week or two. I will be releasing Wizard Weekly. I enjoy making these things way too much to put it down for that long. Those last 2 weeks were boring as heck. So yeah, on to the good stuff. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, did you miss me? Well, I'm back with your hookup to the news and humor from around the spiral, and after 2 weeks at I messed up already. I'm so rusty. Played on the website, and we may soon see this gear. I couldn't throw him in the water. I wouldn't give the crab. Darn it. Yeah, go ahead and laugh. good. Coffee good. Yum, yum.